Hey, Sordax here. Today we're doing a deck profile. As you can see, this is not Nova Grappler. This is OTT. My Nova Grappler deck is just missing one card, but so yeah, I feel like I should wait till I get that card in before I do a deck profile. Yeah, it's a pretty important card for the deck, so might as well wait it off. And my OTT deck is pretty much completed. And yeah, it's a different build from what people usually play, but I hope it. But I play around with it, and it was pretty fun. Got a couple wins with it. So yeah. So again, this deck profile is gonna be on the OTT Stride with Coco. Yeah. So we're mixing some old cards in this deck. So let's just get started with it. So for Cardfight Vanguard, we run Little Witch Lulu. She's good with Coco. So her ability is she doesn't move back when you ride a grade 3, so she's not like one of those other forerunners. Yeah, and she only moves back when you ride a grade 3 on her. So once you ride a grade 3, she moves to the rear guard. And her second ability is choose 2 Oracle Think Tank from your soul and put them into the drop zone. So when she's placed onto the rear guard from your soul, if you have a Oracle Think Tank Vanguard, you may pay the cost, and you you can draw 1 card. So basically, you get +1 from from paying her cost, which is once is soul blasting 2 OTT cards. And yeah, so she helps with building hand size, which this deck is all about, just building hand size. For grade 3s, we run 4 Supreme Heavenly Battle Deity Susanoo. Yeah, so Susanoo has been upgraded to grade 3 from grade 2 from the last time we saw him. So yeah, he is the what people say stride breaker, I guess. Yeah. So and he is pretty good. He is really good actually. So his first ability is Generation Break 2. So that's when you have 2 G zones face up either in your G zone or on the Vanguard. So during your turn, if the number of cards you have is 4 or more, this unit gets +5k and +1 critical. So pretty much it's similar to Amaterasu, where if you have 4 cards with Amaterasu, if you have 4 cards, you get +4k, but a little bit better because he, instead of 4k, he gets 5k, and he also gains a critical. So which is good, and you're adding pressure because swinging in for that big critical there. And yeah, so pretty much he is pretty much better than Amaterasu, I can say, but he has the you have to get Generation Break 2, unlike Amaterasu, which just happens when it happens. And then his stride break ability is Counterblast 1. During turn that when your G unit strides, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Choose search for a card among them and put them into your hand, and put the rest in the bottom of the deck in any order. So basically, you're getting 1 card. At least you draw 2 cards and you choose 1 to put into your hand. So which is good. So you can potentially put cards in your hand that you need, like maybe a perfect guard, or maybe if you want to stride next turn, you can get like either another grade 3 or a stride enabler and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty useful. Yeah, and adding more cards to your hand, so building your hand size. So yeah. Last for grade 3s, we run 4 Scarlet Witch Coco. She is a pretty old card. First in BT2 and then got reprinted in EB5. Yeah, so her ability is continuous. During the turn, if you have no cards in your soul, she gets +3k. So on your turn, if you have no cards in your soul, she'll be attacking for 13 plus whatever is behind her to boost. So that is pretty good. A 13k attacker on your turn. So that's pretty big numbers. And her second ability, which helps you get big hand size, is Counterblast 2. When this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle, if the number of cards in your soul is 1 or less, you may pay the cost. If you do, draw up to 2 cards. So yeah, you draw in combat. So when you ride and you have at least one card in your soul or less, just pay the cost, which combats 2, and you draw 2. So again, it's just building up hand size, which is really good for OTT. OTT is all about that hand size. So yeah. For grade 2s, we run 4 of the Generation Break 1 12k beaters. So yeah, so like I said, just briefly, Generation Break 1, when this unit attacks the Vanguard, it gets plus 3k, so giving it 12k. So yeah, nothing much else to say about this card, except that he is one fabulous dude. Yeah, in the new set, all the OTT cards are dudes, so he looks very fabulous today. Next we run 3 Diviner, I'm going to butcher his name, Diviner Kuroikazuchi. So he is one of the new cards in the new set, which is when you attack with it and you boost it, you activate his ability. So for him, it's Generation Break 1, Counterblast 1. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if this unit is boosted, you draw 1 card. So basically, again, adding cards to your hand. Only run 3 because this deck is pretty much Counterblast heavy, in my opinion. Because like Coco Counterblast 2, Susanoo Counterblast 2, and then the Stride unit, which I'll get to later. So yeah. So only run 3 to spare me some Counterblast. And yeah, drawing cards and all that stuff. And he's holding an umbrella. Lovely. And finally for grade 2s, you might be thinking it's Tom, but it's not Tom. It's I'm running 4 Promise Daughters. The thing is, I don't have Toms. I only have 1 Tom, but that is not going to do much. So yeah, so I decided to run Promise Daughter. I was looking through the net, trying to find out what is a good replacement for Tom, and someone said Promise Daughter is a pretty good alternate. So yeah, so Promise Daughter ability is choose an Oracle Think Tank card from your hand and discard it. When the unit attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, this card gets plus 5k. So pretty much you can ditch a card from your hand and she'll be attacking for 14. I think it's a pretty good cost since you're playing OTT and the amount of cards you draw in this deck. You shouldn't have a problem just ditching 1 to get that plus 5k. So yeah, if you like have a card you don't need, you can just ditch it to give her plus 5k, which is pretty good. And backing up with an AK Vanilla, that'll be, let's see, math, I don't like it. 19, 17, 22? Yeah, so 22, which is a pretty big number already. So yeah, but I'm honestly going to say this: if I ever get enough Toms, I'll probably just switch her out for Tom, because he has that obviously he has the can't guard with grade 0 ability. So yeah, so up to preference. You can, if you don't have Toms, then I suggest Promise Daughter. She's a really good alternate to Tom. But if you get Toms, then you should just put Tom in. So yeah, but Promise Daughter is still a good card. For grade 1s, we run 4 of the Stride Enablers, or how me and my friends call them, the Striders. So yeah, so obviously what he does is, if you're paying for Stride, you can use him instead. He gets plus 2, so he's a grade 3 when you pay for Stride. And when he's called into the Rearguard Circle, you can reveal a grade 3 in your hand. Then you can search for Susanoo, and then you ditch a card. So yeah, nothing much else to say about this. Just use the Strider. Next we run 4 AK Vanillas. Excuse me. Yeah, AK Vanillas, because AK Boost is really good. Especially if you have Tom, then you'll be swinging for 16. And like I said, if you have it behind Promise Starter, and you pay the cost will be 22, so that's a big number. And yeah, you can use any AK vanillas. I just chose Gemini or Gemini because old set nostalgia. Next we run 2 Battle Sister Lemonade. She is the Soul Blast 2 on Flip 2. So yeah, so as long as you want to ditch, so if you want to unflip some counter blast, and here's your card. You probably, if you manage to ride Coco with Lulu, then you're probably not going to have any soul. But then if you want to add more soul, you can just ride Susanoo on top of Coco, then probably Psychic Bird to the soul, and there you have 2 souls you can use to unflip. So yeah, so unflipping the Lemonade is pretty needed for this deck because of the counter blast. Finally, we run 4 of the Perfect Guard unflippers, the new Perfect Guards that unflip if you have a copy of them in the drop zone. So yeah, again, Perfect Guards are Perfect Guards. They're needed. Oops, they're needed, and they unflip too. So that's good. Finally, trigger lineups. We run 12 crits because you don't need stands, in my opinion, in OTT. And draws, you're funny. You don't need draws because this deck already draws enough. So yeah, 12 crits. Go YOLO swag, I guess. And then, obviously, Second Bird with the ability to put in the soul and draw a card. And then you can use the Soul Blast for Lemonade. And then, obviously, we have 4 heals because heals are going to heal. And this Lozenge Magus. So it's pretty nice. Also use her for boosting, and you can put her back into the deck. Oh yeah. And now for stride cards, grade 4s. So for grade 4s, we run 4 Sword Deity of the Thunderbreak Takemikazuchi. Yeah, I can say it properly thanks to Persona. Thank you, Kanji. So yeah, he's the main stride unit you want. So his ability is Counter Blast 2 and turn one copy of him face up. Then you can check top 4 cards of your deck and put 2 into your hand and put the rest in the bottom. So yeah, basically building hand size, and if you stride him on top of Susanoo, and then you activate Susanoo's ability, that's 3 cards for 3 counter blasts. And then you're also attacking with him, so that's another 3 cards from triple drive check. So basically, you're getting 6 cards in 1 turn if you have Susanoo and stride onto him. So yeah, he's the stride that you need the most. Then finally, for the last stride units, you can go either way. If you want to go pure OTT, then you can run 4 Kirin, which is basically Susanoo ability when hit. So if your attack hits, then you check 2 cards and put 1 to your hand, or you can either run 2 Kirin and 2 Atmos for that finishing attack, because Atmos is Counter Blast 1 and you get plus 10k when you attack. So the last 4 stride cards are totally your preference. And yeah, that's it for this deck profile, guys. Again, OTT is a pretty fun deck to play with, and once I get my final Nova Grappler card, I will do a deck profile on that. So, until then, see you in the next video, guys. Bye.